our book. So we will be checking our workbook, no, our students book. Last class we were doing the same, checking superlatives and comparatives, no? Superlative and comparative, and there were two activities. Thank you very much for the ones who have been sharing the answers. And it's a good practice, remember. It's a good practice for you for superlatives and comparative. Yeah. Last class, we checked this. Well, we didn't revise, so we're gonna play the listening again. So you revise. Remember, when we talk about the superlative, we compare more than two things. Yeah, the biggest building in the world is in New York, and it's the Empire State Building. No, the oldest civilization in the world are the Mayans or the Incas in Peru. Yeah, the busiest day around the world is Sunday. Yeah, the most amazing car is Ferrari, no? The most popular and the most popular actress now is, yeah. So the best, so different adjectives. So one more time.
9.9. New York's Central Park.
Central Park is one of the most amazing sights in the world. An enormous swimming pool of green surrounded by skyscrapers. Central Park is America's oldest and biggest city park and the most popular. It appears in more than 350 movies. It's busiest on Sundays, with nearly 250,000 visitors, so try and find a quieter time to visit. Here's a guide to some of the best things to see. Bow Bridge is one of the most beautiful old iron bridges in the world. Perhaps you recognize it. It's the most popular movie location in the park. The Carousel is the largest in North America. With its 58 brightly colored horses, it's obviously a favorite with children. Woolman Ice Rink. The most wonderful thing you can do on a winter's evening is go ice skating here. You can skate to the music under the skyscrapers and stars. Cleopatra's Needle is definitely the oldest thing in the park. It's from Egypt and is 3,500 years old. Belvedere Castle is the highest point in the park, so you can get the best views from here. Strawberry Fields is a garden named after one of the most famous Beatles songs. John Lennon lived and died in New York. The Imagine mosaic here is in memory of him.
Yep. So the answers are here: most beautiful, most popular, largest, the largest. Remember, all of them come with the article, the oldest, the highest, the best, the most famous, yeah? So here are the answers for that. Okay, so what is this picture related to this paragraph? What is this, number one? What is the picture related to the text? Number one picture. What is this? Any idea?
Cleopatra Needle.
Cleopatra's Needle. Yeah, that's it. Cleopatra's Needle. Yeah, it's like a mini tower. Or por eso le pusieron needle, porque se parece a una aguja. Needle. Number two, what is this? Where is this picture? Where is it?
Belvedere Castle.
About bridge.
Bridge is the Bow Bridge. The Bow Bridge. Next, number three.
Carousel.
The carousel. The carousel. Yeah. Number four.
Shopping center.
Strawberry.
Strawberry fields. Number 5. Where is it here or where?
Woolman ice rink.
Yeah, Woolman ice rink. Yeah. Finally, number 6. Yeah, Belver Castle. Mhm. Okay, so thank you very much. So let's do the next part, practice. Yeah, practice here. Complete the sentences with a superlative adjective. There are several possibilities depending on you. For example, the tallest building in Europe is the Federation Tower in Moscow. Puede ser the tallest o puede ser the highest. The highest. So think of an adjective and make it superlative. Yeah, hay que hacerlo superlative. Okay, you have to think of the adjective according to the context. You have to read the complete sentence to identify which adjective is the most appropriate. We check in 3 minutes. I'll play the listening.
Nine point 10. It's the biggest. 1,
The tallest building in Europe is the Federation Tower in Moscow. It's 374 meters.
2,
The most expensive hotel in London is the Lanesborough. The Royal Suite there costs £27,000 per night.
3,
The world's biggest car park is at the West Edmonton Mall in Canada. It has 20,000 spaces.
4,
The most popular tourist attraction is the Las Vegas Strip. It has 40 million visitors a year.
5,
The hottest city in the world is Awaz in Iran. The highest temperature ever reached there was 54 degrees centigrade.
6,
The oldest city is Jericho in the Palestinian territories. It dates back 11,000 years.
Okay, so did you hear? The
Yeah. The most
Yeah.
expensive. The most expensive.
most expensive, yes. Correct. The world's
Biggest.
biggest, o también puede ser largest, depending on the context, largest. The
Most popular.
popular Puede ser también the most visited tourist attraction. You can also put verbs like that. The
Hottest.
hottest, warmest city in the world is Iran. The
Highest.
highest temperature ever reached was 54 Celsius degrees. And the
Oldest.
oldest or the most ancient. También puede ser the most ancient. The most ancient city, the most ancient civilization. Yeah. Oldest or the most ancient. Perfect, guys. Okay, so one more practice here about comparative. Aquí nos vamos a usar comparative, the ones that are with ER and more. For example, here you have to make the opposite. Yeah, complete the sentence with the opposite comparative adjective. The music is too loud. Yeah, too loud, too noisy. Can we go somewhere quieter? Quieter. Quieter, yeah. So you have to say the opposite and also make it comparative. Yeah, make it comparative. So opposite of slow,
Fast.
fast or quick. También puede ser quick or fast. Opposite of late,
Early.
early. Opposite of expensive,
Cheap.
cheap. Yeah. Opposite of far, lejos,
Near.
near or close. Opposite of easy,
Difficult.
difficult. Okay, now that we know the adjectives, transform them into comparative words. Yeah. If you finish this activity, continue with the other. Tick the correct answer here. Okay, we check together the first part. La checamos juntos. Number 2, please. Payares.
Voy, permítame. The 10 train is too slow.
There is a faster one at 10:20.
Correct. Thank you. Please, Michelle, Brian.
Okay. You are late. Why weren't you were earlier?
Earlier. Remember to make the change Y-I-E-R. Laisha, please. ¿Está Laisha?
Aquí. 2,000
200?
a night is so expensive. 200 a night is too expensive. Have you got any near rooms?
Any what? I didn't hear you, sorry.
Expensive, cheaper rooms.
Correct, thank you. Next, please, Karen.
This flat is too far from the city center. I need somewhere. Tengo esa teacher.
Closer.
Ya te la soplaron ahí. Near o close. ¿Cómo sería, Karen?
Nearly.
Nearly, no. Near. Nearer. Closer. Nearer, closer. Okay. Next, please, Mónica. ¿Sí está Mónica?
Sí, teacher. More difficult.
Yeah, about the complete sentence, please. Can you read it?
This exercise is easy. Can I do something more difficult?
Yeah. Correct. Okay, so which one is the correct, guys? The first or the second? Number one.
The second. The second.
Second.
The second. ¿Por qué the second? ¿Por qué la segunda? Why the second?
Use the superlative hotter.
Hot. No, comparative. No puedo decir more hot. Aunque nos diga la traducción, we translate more, más, pero no, it's not possible. We have to follow the structure of the adjectives. Yeah. Hotter. Number two, which one is correct?
The first.
Number one.
Yeah. The first, than. Comparative word than, not that. Than. The comparative. Number three, which one is the correct?
The second.
Number two.
Second?
The one.
Yes.
The one, the most young.
The one
Young is just one syllable. Youngest.
The second one.
Puedo decir the most young because of the syllable, the youngest. This exercise. Second, it is the correct. The most difficult in the book. Yeah. So we cannot say superlatives. Bueno, sí podemos decir superlatives without the, but most of the time it is the. Sí se puede. But with other contexts, yeah? Yeah, so which one is correct?
Number one.
One.
Number one, I've got, correct. I've got, you've got, he's got, she's got, it's got, they've got, we've got. Just remember that it's another way to say, I have 3 sisters, I've got 3 sisters, yeah? I've got. It's in spoken English. And number 6.
One.
One.
She hasn't got a job, exactly. She hasn't got dogs. We haven't got a big house. I haven't got, etc. Yeah. So remember the negative haven't and hasn't. But when you say the positive sentence, normally it is with the contracted form. I've got, you've got, she's got. Yeah. Casi siempre. Es correcto decir have got, has got, but it's preferable because it's spoken in a conversation. He's got, we've got. So
Teacher,
let's do, yeah.
I have a question. What is the difference between use than and that?
What is the difference between than and that?
Yes.
Here, for example, she's taller than her brother. She's taller than her brother. Aquí no tiene sentido la segunda. Ella es más alta, eso, su hermano. Lo que buscamos aquí es una palabra comparativa, entonces no tiene sentido poner that. Recuerden que that es eso o aquello. Than lo usamos para comparar. Siempre que comparamos dos cosas, we need to use than. Yeah, it's necessarily. So
Okay,
it doesn't
thank you.
make sense. No tiene sentido.
Teacher. Correct translate than is ¿qué? In
Ahora,
Spanish.
traduce como que ella es más alta que su hermano. Ya, sería lo más correcto decir que como comparativo, ¿no? Okay, next, please. Next page. Life at the top. So life, living in the high life. Yeah, top. La cima, top. Life at the top. We have here some pictures or like background of different countries, different cities. Most of these countries are the most visited or the most popular in the country. Yeah. So look at the skylines. Yeah, the skylines or the drawings. And do you know the name of these buildings? Which city do you think has the tallest skyscrapers? Yeah. So identify first, where is it? Where is it? ¿Dónde es? If you know the buildings, you can tell me also the buildings. For example, here, letter A.
Paris.
Paris. It is Paris. And the buildings, do you know them? For example, this one.
Torre Eiffel. Torre.
And that's in Spanish. How do you say torre?
Tower.
Tower. First the name Eiffel Tower. Yeah, Eiffel Tower. The most famous cathedral. What's the name of the most famous cathedral? No, any ideas?
Notre
I
Dame.
don't remember.
George.
Notre Dame. Yeah. Yeah, church is smaller. Church is smaller. Here the famous theater, but I don't remember. It's like a fan. It's a little bit curious because it's a fan, but it has its name. It's a theater, actually. The most famous theater in the city center is the Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge.
It's, yes.
It's a theater where you can watch shows of actors and actresses.
Yes.
Perfect. So letter B.
Rome.
Rome. The most famous building in Rome.
Coliseum.
Coliseum. Yeah, and I don't remember the others. So sorry. There are famous cathedrals. There is a famous guy, but I don't remember this. Yeah, the most famous is the Coliseum. And let us see.
New York.
New York. The symbol that represents USA.
Exactly.
It is the statue of what?
Freedom.
Of
Freedom.
freedom, of liberty. Yes, correct.
Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. Yeah, this is the famous Brooklyn Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge, no? And the
Empire State.
skyscrapers.
The Empire State.
The Empire State Building, correct. And what about this?
Istanbul.
Istanbul, yeah. Istanbul, I don't know anything about Istanbul, never visit that city. But it has a famous temple. Tiene un famoso temple in Ankara. I'm not sure if it's in Ankara, creo que sí es en Ankara. But it has the famous temple. Then Sydney. And the most popular theater, it is the opera house, where there are events, concerts, theater, other kind of events, and the buildings in Melbourne, me parece. Not sure about that. Never visited. What about the last one?
Moscow.
Yeah, Russia. It is in Russia. It is the famous, colorful basilic. Yeah, Basilic Cathedral, no? Saint Basilic, something like that se llama, no? It is in, creo que es en St. Petersburg. I'm not sure if it's in St. Petersburg or Moscow. No, it's in Moscow. It must be there. And yeah, it has other buildings, but anyways, I don't remember. Never visited that country. So, living in the high life. Yep. So we're gonna read. Vamos a tratar de leer todo. If not, only one guy. So, what is the difference between a skyscraper today and in the past? Today, we're gonna know the introduction here. Who would like to read? ¿Quién le gustaría leer the introduction? Helena? Yeah, Helena?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
One
Skyscrapers around the world were full of offices, not apartments. In 2000, only 3 buildings higher than 200 meters had apartments in them. Today, 3 are more than 250. Many of them luxury apartments for rich people who want to live the high life.
In the high life. Until there. Thank you. Brian, can you leer?
Better technology makes life at the shop easier. Lives can now travel much faster. More than, for, how do you say mph?
40 miles.
40 miles
per hour.
And then 40 miles dollar. Correct?
Per hour.
And 40 miles per hour?
Hour of the time. The tiempo. Hour.
Okay. Also, the buildings don't move so much in the wind anymore. So what's it like to live on the top of the world?
Yes, exactly. Yes, just pronunciation. Skyscraper, buildings. Yeah, don't forget. Luxury. Yeah, remember meters, miles per hour, and things like that. Yeah. Okay, so we have Ross Caldor. We have 2 different girls who live on the very top of the building. Yeah, this woman, her name is Rosa Calder Aroni. She's 54. She lives in Eureka Tower, and that is in Australia. Mike, that's the guy, Mike Palumbo, he's 50. He lives in the Water Tower place, which is below. The view from Chicago, no? He lives in USA. But before, antes, what is the difference between the skyscraper today and in the past? There is a small difference between today and the past.
The past is Istanbul, Rome, Sydney, New York. ¿Los escribimos al momento?
No, it's according to the introduction.
Oh.
The difference could be about its size and how the speed of air affects them.
Okay. And what else?
Today, the building is most expensive.
They are more expensive, yeah. But with better technology, life is easier, no? Because of the lifts, elevators, lifts. What kind of people want to live in the skyscrapers these days? What kind of people?
Rich people.
Rich people, obviously. Yeah, probably.
Famous people?
Famous people, why not? Yeah, because it's very expensive. Yeah, they are more expensive than the normal houses. So that's why. Okay, so let's talk about only, nos va a dar tiempo nada más de una. Ross Calder Aroni, 54, Eureka Tower, Melbourne. So who would like to read? Daniel. ¿Está Daniel? The first paragraph.
Sí, aquí estoy.
¿Está Daniel?
Can I read?
Yes.
Okay. Ross Calder Aroni is CEO of a medical research charity. She and her husband live in another skyscraper before they move into the 91 floor Eureka Tower in
2006.
2006
Nearly
300. It was then the world's tallest apartment block. The life on one of the highest floors of the building, with their son Gideon and Rose love it's not because of the apartment itself. She says it's very much about looking outside. It's not about the inside. She never gets bored with the view. Every time I look out of the window, it look different. I notice sometimes new they are building and perdón por si no traigo mis lentes, los perdí. An even taller block of apartments nearby.
Nearby.
¿Cómo?
Teacher, disculpe, ¿me puedo retirar?
Yes, no problem. Nearby.
Nearby. We will lose part of our view. Side rows, but we can't really complain.
Complain. We can't really complain. Yeah. Pronunciation. We need to read more. Yes. Remember, live. The view, look. Next, please. ¿Quién más quería leer por ahí? ¿Alguien decía? Who?
I.
Yes.
Me.
Diego, and after you. Yes, Diego. We cannot hear you. No te escuchamos.
Oh, sorry. When she's ready to drive Gideon to school, Ruth doesn't listen to traffic reports. I just look out of the window. She says, I have 2 ways we can go, and I can see the traffic from here and take the better one. This needs to check the weather. Either you can see where the clouds are, but you can see the ground when the clouds are low.
Yes, thank you. Next, please, a girl, no?
Nature can seem a long way away, but it's only a 3-minute walk to the park. When William was little, Ross says he came back from a friend's and say, Mommy, we played in the park. And I say, no, that was the garden.
That was the garden, thank you. Nature. Next, please.
Yo, puedo?
The
family are fine with heights, but visitors sometimes find it more difficult. We had one baby sister who was so stressed out she couldn't come back, and people's ears often pop on the journey up, just like in an aeroplane.
Airplane. Pop up, se tapan. Pop up your ears, no? Sometimes. Because of the pressure, the air pressure. Any questions about vocabulary, guys? Words that you don't understand?
What is skyscrapers?
The buildings, the tall buildings here. Eureka Tower, Hancock Tower, Eiffel Tower, those are skyscrapers. Rascacielos.
Okay, thanks.
Any other guys? No? Okay, so please, for homework, for only this girl, Rose Caldor Aroni, answer the question here. Where did she live and when they were younger? No, these questions, yeah. But only for Rose Caldor Aroni. Tomorrow we read about My Palumbo. Okay, tomorrow we read about this. Thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to do your homework, reading part.
Yes.